Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. It's been a long time. Somebody actually bought my house and just going through some family drama, at the moment. So getting my garden together and providing a video for you guys has been a hassle, but nevertheless, here it is. So without talking too much, we're just gonna jump into it. Ready, set, go. All these plants on the inside right here, the tomato plants, I believe that's some squash right there, some dill, some pepper plants in the back, chives, strawberries, all right here, all the stuff in cage and the inside. It's my mother-in-law's stuff. This is her greenhouse right here. All the flowers. Some sweet potatoes right there. Right here I got one of my hydroponic broccolis. I didn't want to go all out with hydroponics. I'm going to do a couple buckets. I did start out with all hydroponics, but a lot of my plants I switched from hydroponics to soil, just because of money situations. But I apologize for my camera. It's a little bit shaky. I don't have my selfie stick to keep the stemmer still, so again, sorry. But my broccoli is actually starting to produce broccoli. I just put this in here a couple days ago. It was actually forming broccoli in the hydroponic solution it was in. Peppers right here. This is a tangerine dream pepper. Looks like it's starting to like this transition to hydroponic soil or hydroponic solution to soil. I just transplanted this in here yesterday as well. Sweet banana pepper, doing pretty good. These two peppers right here, I topped them. I've topped these things maybe about 2 or 3 times. Also came from hydroponic. If you go back in my videos, this is that little miniature green bell pepper. We got 2 in here. Looking pretty good. Green. Purple bell. Got this guy yesterday, hardware store. Something about peppers, I just like eating them raw. They're so good, very good. And this right here, sweet little pepper. It's actually, we have some in a little compost thing over here. Hold on. This is my mother-in-law's compost pile, and if you can see that pepper right there, right there, all those little guys. See those some Brussels sprouts right there, if you guys can get an ideal size, and a radish right next to it. So yes, those peppers right there. So if you guys know the name, you don't have to call it sweet little pepper anymore. Alright, right here we have in these 4 containers right here, starting with the humus manure, black cow compost, cow manure and compost, and just regular potting mix. I've been experimenting with container soil, and we got a couple cabbages right here. One's the red variety, one's the green variety, and we have 2 of the same in 1 pot. But I'm just I feel like this year I've tried to turn it up a little bit in the garden, area. Studying fertilizers, really studying the NPK. That was really never something I did before, so just experimenting with container soil and seeing what does best. These all receive blood meal, and they also receive fish emulsion. These guys were watered fish emulsion last week. This is actually, they've been in here for a week, so So this one's Miracle Grow and Hummus and Manure, Miracle Grow and Black Cow, Miracle Grow and compost manure and cow manure and compost, God. And potting mix, just regular potting mix. And when I say Miracle Grow, it's this right here. But for size, I want to say a little bit of snail damage right here. But for size, I say they're all at the moment moving at the same pace. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. In spring, we really haven't had a spring this year. It's been blazing hot. So I don't know if that's affecting their growth, or they're just taking their time doing their thing. Anyway, only time will tell. These two containers right here, my mother-in-law actually saved some sweet potato slips from last year. Just kept them in some water throughout the whole winter, and she brought them out and she gave me two apiece. So we have one right here, and we have another one. Oh, there he is right here. Two more. And in these containers, guys, I just got regular Miracle Grow potting mix and homemade compost that my mother-in-law got from the side of her house. And it's been there for a while. She has a space in her backyard where the leaves, they all fall in one spot, seems like, and then they just break down. So I used some of it, and we're gonna see how it works. Some of the stems are turning brown, which could mean they're dying. I don't want to be too hasty. But this one, you guys can see, there's like a light. Well, in front of me, it looks like a light green, symbolizing life and the stem. So, the stem is hard, and you can see up here how it's browning off right here. But down here, it's a lighter color, so maybe we got some life going. Same with this one. Really dark, but this one has some life to it. Peppers. Let's see which ones are in here. Another one of those sweet little peppers. Just transplanted this from hydroponic to soil. And this one is another tangerine dream. I don't know why I didn't plant those in the same container. Well, and also for all my peppers, the soil we went with was Miracle Grow potting mix, and we did some compost. I'll show you guys that bag later in the video. Yeah, but Miracle Grow potting mix, compost. We got some garden toner here. I believe it was NPK. Don't quote me on that. I'll show that bag in a video later as well. And they got some liquid fish fertilizer. Here's a tomato plant I got at the hardware store yesterday. Mr. Stripey. Variety looks pretty good. I've come to find out that whenever I eat tomatoes, I can't eat any of them that are red. Even though, they're really good and whatnot, I can't eat them because they're too acidic on my tongue. And they just make my tongue, extremely sore. But through, trial and error, planting tomatoes, I found out that the yellow, I believe it's called Lemon Boy, it's not acidic on my tongue. So, this one has some yellow to it, so hopefully it's not a very acidic tomato. Up here we got some broccoli, and we have a collard in here. I was trying a method from watering from the center of the soil instead of just watering out throughout the whole container to kind of eliminate fungus gnats. From from experience indoors, over or watering from the top, I mean, I developed a lot of fungus gnats. So I'm trying this water bottle method. I have holes in the sides of the container, and I have the plants planted right next to the holes. So if I wanted to water with hydroponic nutrients, which I did one time, I'll just pour it in here and it'll fill all the way up and it'll get to the roots immediately instead of just soaking the whole soil. And it also means I get to use less nutrients instead of just pouring it all over the soil. Right here I got some Malabar spinach. I love spinach so much. And this variety right here is slimy. I think it's with the bigger leaves. They get a little bit slimy, and the smaller leaves are not so slimy. It's kind of like if you guys have ate okra and it has like this slimy film taste. That's exactly what it does. But it's new to me. I mean, if I keep eating it, I'll like it for sure. Eat it with some fruit and it'll be a-okay. Just vining. Had to put this trellis right here so it can vine around. Then hopefully it can vine around on this gate and just go all the way around. Here's the compost I was talking about. Black Gold Garden Compost Blend and the fertilizer Garden Tone I'm using for my peppers and my tomatoes. Here's my snap pea trellis right here. Got some sugar snap peas. I got 2, 4, 6, 6 in total in this container, and 6 in total in this container. I got me a little trellis, little cucumber net that goes all the way around. Actually, yesterday I was trying to make a video and a bird actually got stuck and just like snatched the whole netting down. And I was sad, but I was more sad for the bird, stressing out that we were gonna eat him or something. In the middle right here, I got some potatoes. Things are growing mighty fast. I put a Miracle Grow potting mix and black cow manure for the first time when I buried the potatoes. So we put Miracle Grow potting mix, black cow manure to bury the seeds, and I just put compost and more Miracle Grow, and I added some potassium, or some of that Garden Tone for some potassium. I'm going to experiment as well. I have some banana peelings that I want to save, grind them up to a fine dust, and use it as potassium and see how that works with the potatoes. But anyway, I got 3 variety of potatoes in here. I believe it's red, Kennebec, and the gold kind. I don't know. It's gold something. I don't know the name exactly. But yeah, they're growing. I just put dirt on here not even a day ago, and these things are busting through the surface. So here pretty soon I'm gonna have to cover these guys up and get like a little trellis for these guys. Or actually maybe I'll just let the beans climb up in the potato vines, since beans are really good companion plants for potatoes. I just might do that. Got some flowers right here. Just saw that this morning. And every morning before I go to work, I'm an early bird, so I get up at 5:30. I come out here. I have to beat the squirrels out here because they'll come up and just dig everything up. I have to come out here and spray a homemade spray on my plants, so the smell of the spray can deter the squirrels away. But the spray I use is water, neem oil, and peppermint spray. Now I came out here the other day and I had a caterpillar on my plant. For the first time, I come out here and thoroughly check my plants every day, and I saw one for the first time, and he was out here before I was. So, and here's the actual hole right here. So I come out here and spray my stuff, water, neem oil, and peppermint spray, and I believe it's doing the trick, unless I'm just too early and the summer's not here and the bugs haven't really, you know, got around to the conditions, whatever. But I think it's working. But in this container right here, this is my Swiss chard, and I have a Kohlrabi plant in here. It's not, I don't know if you're supposed to make room for Kohlrabi or the actual stem. I can't even get in there, it's too much foliage. Let's try right here. Okay. I don't know if you're supposed to pack the dirt down around a certain part so it can bulb like an onion, or you just leave it like that. But it's been producing a lot of foliage. I don't know if that's from the hydroponic nutrients or it's just doing that on its own, but it's doing pretty good. Leaves are, you know, green. Some little holes right there. Some imperfections. More right there. I bet you I'll catch a little guy down here. I didn't get to spray before I made this video. I was so eager to make one. Yeah, this stuff is growing very, very nicely. Especially the Swiss chard. It's kind of growing out of control. I had 2 or 3 big leaves already, and they just keep growing back. Right here's my Kohlrabi. Put these guys in here a couple weeks ago. I feel like personally they are the same size, meaning the bulb at the bottom or the roundness at the bottom is just producing foliage. Then again, I don't know if that's what they do. This is my first time growing them, so trying to stay optimistic. Right here I have another Kohlrabi at the bottom right here, and I feel like the bottom has been that size for a while. You see where it's kind of like woody down here? I don't know if that's the bottom of the plant, and this is the part that's supposed to round out up here, or that's part of the top of the plant, or you know, the middle. We'll see though. Right here, and I got a collard. Look at I don't know, just looking at foliage like this, it's like super green, no holes, you know, perfection for a little small container plant. I love it. Very beautiful. Collard plant, no holes, no nothing. Strawberry plant from last year. I poured a lot of hydroponic nutrients in here to give it water, and it responded quick. Got another guy over here coming back. Another strawberry plant, but you know, another cabbage plant right here. I'm trying a method I learned from Gary Pillarchick with the eggshells at the bottom. And it was said that if you crush them up and you put them in and sprinkle them in the container, it's very hard and it's very problematic for snails to get to your plant, because they're like sliding or crawling on glass. Imagine, you know, yourself trying to slide on your stomach to get something while there's sharp pieces of glass on the floor. So, and I've been spraying it, you know, every morning, and I haven't got any, as a matter of fact, any holes whatsoever. So, and here's those banana peels. I'm gonna throw these in the oven. Gotta get them kind of a little crispy and whatnot, and then I'm gonna put them in the blender and make some potassium. I'll put that in the next video, my next update, because I have a lot more that I want to grind up and make a lot of. It's my kale plant. Got two green kale plants in here. I don't know the name of the variety, but I would say it's your standard kale that you would buy at a hardware store. There might be one more variety, maybe Red Winter, but this is probably mainly the first one you're gonna see. Pepper plant, excuse me, tomato plant. I got this yesterday at the hardware store, and this is the lemon boy I spoke of earlier. So the yellow variety that doesn't burn my tongue, is not acidic, too acidic. I'm gonna put this in a pot whenever I find one. I actually bought a lot of plants and not enough pots, so with some planting, we'll get them in the ground. I got some more tomato plants back here. I topped these and I'm letting the suckers grow out. Same with this one. It's two suckers. I had these actually in this greenhouse right here, and the leaves started to die out, and I want to say it's from too much moisture because they didn't really have a chance to dry out, so I just let them hang out outside the greenhouse, and they're doing just fine. Little cabbage, little red cabbage. My very first video I showed you guys, there's a little string being like this big. Here it is. I didn't have a big enough pot to put it in. I have this little pot right here. I'm trying the water bottle method with the holes in the center, and it looks like it's doing fine. You know, it might be a little small guy, but he's stretching, so we'll see how big he gets. Right here I got some Ahi Habanero Peppers. Heard of this variety from Kangstar. Kangstarr. There we go. I got this. Heard this variety from him on this channel, and they're a sweet pepper. They haven't came to the soil yet. I actually dug through with a toothpick, and they sprouted. They're just taking their sweet time, which is fine. Take your time. Right here, here's my pak choy or bok choy. This stuff right here, this is my favorite. When I say my favorite plant that I have so far, variety wise. I used to eat spinach and fruit, and you know, I still like spinach and fruit, but bok choy and fruit is off the chain. I love it. Same method, water bottle. Leaves are huge. I'm not a very big guy. Say I'm 5'7". Leaves are just like covering my hand. Foliage is just growing out of control. No blemishes, no imperfections. Knock on wood. But the foliage is just beautiful. No holes. Like, guys, I haven't came out here and harvest anything off this plant, and these are little plants, and just look at the foliage. Amazing. Got a kale plant right here, red Russian kale, hydroponic to soil, and it looks like he's doing great. All the plants I came from hydroponic, I'm gonna hit them with some magnesium to kind of green up the leaves, because this one it's green, but without recording it looks like a slight yellow. So I'm gonna get some magnesium for these guys. Chives I bought last year, starting to flower. Those flowers are super pretty. Let's see if I can focus on that. Nope, doesn't want to focus. Pretty. Right here is inside my greenhouse. I got some hydroponic plants I got in here. I'll bring these guys out in a second. Strawberries. This is too close. Strawberries, broccoli, got some collards, and I got a pepper in the back. Some of my house plants, 2 dragon plants, my cactus back there, and I'm actually reviving somebody's cactus. I guess this was a very personal plant for someone, holds very sentimental value, and they asked me, which made me happy, to try to revive it, and it's doing pretty good. That's let me see, right there, that's recently new growth. These 3 guys up here are recently new growth, and we got something right there. If you guys can see that right there, new growth. Sorry, that was a mosquito. Get out of here. I hate you guys. Pepper plant still in hydroponic solution. I cut this guy, this is my orange bill. I cut this guy back completely just to see what would happen, and sure enough, it's came back to life. So it wants to grow. Lemongrass. My was avocado seed growing nicely. These are the guys I have left for my hydroponics. I started all these guys from seeds, besides the strawberry plant right here. I bought this at the store, but these all hydroponic little coffee containers like this, so you know the size. Coffee container, and this is a college plant. A lot of foliage. At the bottom of the plant, on this guy right here, and a little bit on the pepper plant, and that they're browning, and I think that's due from not changing out the hydroponic solution. So I'm just going to empty the containers out and switch out and give them fresh solution today. But yeah, this is my collard, this is my broccoli, starting to form a head. See if I can get that in there. Come on, see it down there? Peppers, little small green peppers, green bell pepper, strawberry. I'm going to show you guys the roots in a second. Here's the roots from the collard. See, there's browning at the bottom. Want those roots to be white like these guys up here. I'm going to go ahead and change that stuff out. Broccoli is pretty much right now it's empty. No, I shouldn't let these guys dry out, but some of the roots are white still on there. And the greenhouse, these things just drink hydroponic solution. I have to come out here every day. My pepper plant, look at that. I've topped this thing a lot of times, more than 5 times, I can tell you that. And the strawberries, I'm not gonna lift this up. The root systems are not really crazy. It's just hard. I had to do some engineering type stuff and put bobby pins on the outside to kind of like balance the cup, because I drilled a 3-inch hole right here, and the plastic is so flimsy, or the material, it just kind of like warped into like a weird shape. So that's what these paper clips are here for. And right here in the front yard, I have some sweet potatoes right here. I got this container from some neighbors. They didn't want it, so I said, hey, I'll take it. So I got 3 slips in here, and hopefully I can get a decent harvest from this container. Alright guys, that's it. That's what I got so far. I'm going to be coming out with more videos and more plants consistently. I just had to get settled down first. But this is my first garden, 2018. You know, hopefully I get some good results and get some feedback. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a blessed day. Happy Mother's Day.